Hello and welcome to Bottom Line. Well, there is a big political war of words underway in Meghalaya over the issue of illegal coal mining and transportation. While the opposition is missing no chance to politicize the issue, the ruling MDA coalition is also facing resistance from within, with coalition partner BJP seeking the state home minister's resignation over the recent coal tragedy. However, amid all the allegations and counter-allegations, is the real issue that of illegal coal mining and transportation, is that getting buried somewhere? That is the question that we're asking tonight. And to discuss on this issue, I'm being joined from Delhi by NCP's Meghalaya President Salang Sangma, who is also the MLA from Gambegre in West Garo Hills. I'm also being joined from Shillong by social activist and member of anti-corruption organization called TUR, Angela Rangad. Thank you so much, Ms. Rangad, for joining us on the Bottom Line. And Chairman of Grand Council of Chiefs, John Kharshiing, will also be joining us from Shillong shortly. If I can go to Mr. Salang Sangma first. Welcome, Mr. Sangma, to Bottom Line. Well, there's a lot of politicizing going on in Meghalaya right now over the issue of illegal coal mining. The Congress is firing fresh salvo each day. All that is being politicized, and probably the MDA coalition, the biggest problem, the biggest threat that you're facing right now is again the BJP, a party which is within the alliance, also demanding the resignation of the State Home Minister Lakman Rimbui. So clearly, it's a kind of a mess, if we can say, Mr. Sangma.
Yeah, I cannot hear you actually. I can't hear anything.
Okay, I think we lost the line there. Yeah, Mr. Salang Sangma, if you can hear me, I'm saying there's a lot of politicization going on in the state, in Meghalaya, as far as the illegal coal mining and transportation is concerned. While the Congress, of course, is attacking the Conrad Sangma-led government, what is more concerning probably for the coalition is that the BJP, which is an ally, has also sought the Home Minister Lakman Rimbui's resignation. So clearly a big political mess as far as Meghalaya is concerned at this moment, Mr. Sangma.
Can you please repeat the questions, because the connection is something wrong actually, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm saying, would you agree that there's a political crisis of sorts in a way in Meghalaya over the issue of illegal coal mining and transportation? The government will still have to do a lot of answering, which probably is not happening the way it should. The Congress is attacking the government, which is understandable. They're the opposition. But even the BJP, which is within the alliance, is also demanding the Home Minister's resignation. So clearly things are not right at this moment.
No, right now you cannot say like we are having a political crisis only on because of the politics over the coal. There are lots of other issues other than the coal. Maybe few are subjected who are vested interest in this coal. Maybe they are, trying to profoundly round it out everything about the coal only. The coal is not only the issue for the state of Meghalaya. And then it's not going to be the political crisis because of the coal. It's just one of the, subject matter which the state, our, chief minister is dealing with. He is still young actually, and then moreover he is new. He has already run the state only for 3 years. So a maturity needs to be, at least given some time for him even to, think, strategize everything, because this coal has been there for so many years, not only now. So dealing with the coal, it's not a new issue. All those red hole mining, people dying in the coal, inside the coal, it's not a new issue. It's been there for so many years. Not only this year,
are we addressing the issue? That is the question here.
So, Yes, definitely. Our state government is definitely addressing the issue. Today also they have arrested a few of the coal miners who were doing the illegal coal mining. This government is quite active And I can assure you that with the, with the kind of leadership that we have, and the, the Home Minister that we have, they are quite active. And then by looking at their, activeness, we can see that, today itself, since they have arrested, last time also they have arrested, and they have, even, arrested few of the illegal transportation also. So that way, what I feel is that, like, this government is doing at least much better than before.
Doing much better than before. Angela, Rangad, first reactions from you. Well, would you call it the denial mode? Would you call it the denial mode? Well, things are being done. I mean, do you think successive governments, not just this government, successive governments have been conveniently on a denial mode somehow on the issue?
Well, I'll pick off from what Mr. Salang Sangma said, that this
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Hyperactive, not just active. And so in that sense,
they're not in denial mode.
Obviously, they're for the rich, for those who are exploiting the state, whether it's the resources, labor, everything. And their priorities are very clear. It's not for the last and the least of the citizens of the state. And even now, when it comes to dealing with coal, they're busy, very, very active in actually promoting its illegality. What Mr. Salang Sangma is saying about the fact that they catch these trucks and then they find them, the fact is that there are very clear directives that there has to be scientific mining, that only that
assessed coal from 6 years ago is to be auctioned and transported. But it's blatant, the kind of transportation that is taking place every single day, the amount of trucks that are spoiling our roads, our bridges. That is not the assessed coal that was dug a few years ago. It's very obvious that fresh mining is continuing. So the modus operandi now for this government is that they'll stop these trucks, do this whole pretense of finding them, sell back the auction coal to them at a very low rate and let them go. And that means that they're actively participating in breaking the orders of the court, of the NGT, and actually actively ensuring that our state gets poorer and poorer per truck.
Almost every government, or at least even currently the government is saying it is taking steps, proactive steps to stop quote-unquote illegal transportation of coal. Is it so difficult? Is it so difficult to spot trucks running, truckload of coal, trucks plying with truckloads with loads of coal? Is it that difficult? I mean, and nobody really seems to be questioning. Have the watchdogs, the so-called watchdogs, been muzzled, if there were any? Your organization, for one, has been highlighting these issues time and again. We had the CSWO, another social activist, Agnes Kharshiing, highlighting this. But nevertheless, it doesn't seem to make any difference. Have we in the state now almost accepted it that this will go on probably?
No, it's important that we continue to highlight this because it's on their record. People ought to know how this government is performing and how they are actively participating in this illegality. And even if they don't act, it's not why aren't they acting. We should ask why aren't they acting, And the answer is just too obvious. In fact, when we had submitted that citizens report to the Supreme Court, there were lists of these miners, which we had accessed. So if you look at that list, in a house of 60 representatives, at least 20 are directly linked to mining, coal mining. And not to talk about, bureaucracy, police. So if you really had the will to stop it, and if you were not so embedded in coal mining, you will be able to stop it. The fact is that they don't have the will, they don't want to, because, I mean, they are reaping the benefits out of it.
Salang Sangma, Mr. Salang Sangma, the question that probably everyone is asking today is that, does the government, and when I say the government, it doesn't mean the current government only, probably successive governments since 2014, do the governments have the will to put a complete stop to illegal mining and try and work towards scientific mining? Yes, there are complexities. Scientific mining is easier said than done when it comes to rat hole mining, probably. But when we have a couple of tragedies in a span of a year, does the government really have the will to put a complete stop to it?
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Goswami. Now it's like this, like successive government, definitely they were trying. You have seen that during when P.A. Sangma was a chief minister, and then when he was a union minister, during this time itself, he has brought this Coal India to the state of, Meghalaya. But the fact is that like there was no follow-up of those Coal India, and then it was defunct. So as to do the scientific coal mining here in Meghalaya itself, they have started, placing all those coal, corporations in the state of Meghalaya. But the fact is that successive government didn't follow up. But this government has again started calling this Coal India again to the state of Meghalaya, so as to change the system of coal mining. This red hole mining was there from before, but this Conrad, under his leadership, he has again bought this Coal India so as to change the system of mining out here. This is what, as far as I can see, the concern of the present government. Otherwise, if they don't have the mindset to change, then definitely they might not have bought the corporation. And then they have already opened up the the process. Actually, anybody who wants to do in a scientific method, it's already open. I think anybody can come and then look at the places where they can do this. But sneakingly, secretly, if somebody is trying to take out, you just cannot stop it, as I've already said before also. So these things is going on, but this government is really trying hard. Though, as I could not hear what the other, one of the panel member was speaking, I could not hear what she was saying. But anyway, I think she means good for the people of the state, and then whatever she is speaking, I believe she's speaking for the people.
Well, what she said is that, to cut it short, is that successive governments and authorities have deliberately overlooked things because it's benefiting everyone. I mean, that's what the allegations are.
And if I can come in here,
you see,
Ms. Rangad wants to make a point.
Debate also, discussion also.
Sangma about Coal India.
Yeah.
That was the directive of the NGT and the Supreme Court, that actually, as per the laws, MMDR, etc., it is Coal India that actually finally has to oversee the auction of the coal. So it wasn't really on the Conrad Sangma government that this has happened. But under his watch, what has happened is that there has been also attempts to intimidate even young people, whether in Garo Hills or Ribhoy, young people taking pictures of trucks, complaining about the fact that their village roads have been ruined because of the overloaded trucks. They have questioned the fact that where is this coal coming from? Many of those people have been harassed by the police. So that is what actually this government is overseeing, not that they have brought Coal India. Coal India was mandated to come here.
Mr. Salang Sangma, well, these are big allegations, of course. Coal trucks, pictures of coal trucks being circulated by villagers, by young people, questioning where the coal is coming from. If villagers, normal people can do that, why is the police missing out on most of the coal trucks? That is the question that everyone is asking. That is what probably raises doubts over the intentions of the government. That's what's the view of a big section.
Yes. No. We were talking about the successive government itself and this government itself. Now, I was also there when I was, opposition actually. And then I went to all the sites, and then I follow up all the overloaded trucks, and I have complained. Even now also I'm doing the same thing also. I'm following up, and then I myself is trying to look at all those overloaded trucks and then see whether any justification be done to this. Last time also we had a meeting about this overloaded truck, and then all the illegal truck loads and all. And then we have already directed through PWD department, and then we have sent across to the transport department also, so as to check seriously, so that our roads actually, PWD roads and all the other sectors will not be blocked because of this overloaded trucks and all. It's something wrong. I cannot hear actually properly, and then what I'm speaking also I cannot hear back. Can something be done?
We'll try and fix. We'll try and fix your line again, Miss Angela Rangad. Well, if we see even the opposition is there are a lot of allegations that the opposition is coming up with, but there is no constructive suggestion. Do you think that is deliberate? There is no constructive suggestion how to go about it. Making allegations is easy for anyone, especially for the opposition. The Congress is threatening to ask the PM to intervene for big inquiries, but there is no constructive suggestion. The Congress also cannot deny that rampant illegal coal transport of coal and coal mining has continued during its rule as well. So where is the constructive suggestion? Is it deliberate?
The thing about it being deliberate can be linked to the fact that the majority of legislators in Meghalaya are involved in coal mining. And this cuts across the political spectrum. And that is why perhaps, successive governments have dragged their feet on it. And we have to understand that there are two issues here, okay? One is that what Mr. Sangma was saying, that he's also concerned about overloading. Let's make it very clear that what is happening right now, the plying of these trucks itself, the fact that there's so many trucks shows that they have gone against all the orders, that there should not be fresh mining till there's a proper scientific mining plan, and all the laws, including MMDR, are followed. And the other thing is that what they're trying to do is to legalize the illegality. This is shameful and blatant, the way it's being done. And so there's this huge loss to the state exchequer. We know that the trucks are supposed to carry 9 metric tons, but they overload. And even if you calculate, during the time when there wasn't yet a ban and things like that, if you calculate how much should be coming to the state exchequer from a truck that carries 9 tons and multiply that to the number of trucks that are plying, it's about 300 crores a year. You can very well triple that because the trucks are not carrying 9 metric tons. So can you imagine how impoverished our state is being made by these people? They keep saying when there were demands for stopping of rat hole mining because lives were being lost, the environment was being damaged, they are the ones who instigated the people they pay so badly and ill-treat to go and dig in those mines to say that actually if we stop this, it will harm people's livelihoods. The fact that you do not collect anything on a resource that is moving out of the state is harming livelihoods. It's harming lives. You don't have money for education, you don't have money for healthcare, you don't have money to pay your teachers, and yet you're allowing this blatant loot day in and day out,
Mr. Salang Sangma, well, some very strong points being made here by Ms. Angela Rangad. Well, illegal coal transportation, coal mining means also drain of revenue, crucial revenue for the state, which is well known. Why is the government of the day, if I may ask, not working on a mission mode, quote unquote mission mode, to put a stop to this illegal activity? Yes, arrests are being made, trucks are being intercepted, there are check gates being put, but when you say setting up a task force to work on a mission mode, depute a team to especially look into it, file a report. I mean, there's not much of an activity, even if it were for the sake of pretense. Even that seems to be missing.
Anyway, Goswami, other side of the panel, what she has spoken, I could not hear clearly again. But anyways, now about the coal that is randomly going right now and then, there was this, coal which has already, what do you call this one? It's blocking. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. The coal which was, Now, whatever coal is being transported, it's already assessed actually. It's the assessed one which is going right now. And along with the assessed, if there are 1, 2 trucks or maybe 10 trucks, 15 trucks, which is going right now, with all the, maybe it's overloaded or not overloaded, now, if they started checking all those things actually, it will be lining up, till the whole length of the road. Okay? Now, how much is this going actually? Since we are not there in the field or on the ground, we cannot say actually how many trucks are, illegal trucks are going right now. But that day itself, I've told that I myself will definitely go to the check gate or maybe to the site to check if there is, if there is illegal trucks that is going on. Definitely we will make sure that we will tell the government and to arrest all those illegal trucks that is passing through. And then moreover, definitely we are losing revenue because of the millions of trucks, of course, that is passing through our check gates. But, when one has been empowered, government has empowered certain officers on the ground. If some officers are doing illegally all those things, then definitely that should be checked into. Now the thing is that there should be a morality. No doubt the empowerment is given by the above authority.
Well, probably a system doesn't work on morality.
Not told them to do the illegal things. No, that's what I'm saying. Above authority has not given them the authority, to let the illegal trucks go. But it's the morality of the officers to check them. So what I'm trying to tell is that, there might be some few officers who are doing all the, wrongdoings or maybe the illegal doings and all. So there is, they have got the above authority who will check them also. So that way, I myself, I have told that definitely I will be going along with few of the officers, along with your press if you require, then definitely we will check on the ground. If we find any of the officer who are employed there, given the authority, given the empowerment to check all those things, definitely that those officers will be considered and then taken into some legal action actually if they are doing wrong.
Okay, Mr. Sangma.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Sangma. Well, one thing is clear that even you agree that there might be certain inconsistencies on ground. So let me put it this way. Personally, if I ask for your personal opinion, would you still believe that things should move on a mission mode as far as the fight against illegal mining is concerned? Probably that is not happening. On a personal note, do you feel that much more needs to be done? Would you agree?
Definitely, I agree with that one. No. Yes, definitely, I agree with that one. Definitely, it should have been a mission mode actually. All those SS coal which is prying right now. Definitely, the government should have a plan actually. Which time, which other areas, on what date, all those things. If it goes well, definitely it's the state which is losing the revenue. So if we can do that properly, strategically, and strategize everything, according to the plan and all, and definitely we will be the gainer actually. So, hello.
Yeah. Go ahead. I can listen to you.
I support that mission mode 1, and definitely even the government is trying hard to do so. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, something is wrong with it.
Okay. We also being joined by John Kharshiing here, but we'll go for a very, very short break. We'll quickly come back. We'll also fix the connection with Mr. Salang Sangma again. Short break. Welcome back. You're watching Bottom Line. We're discussing the coal issue in Meghalaya. We have also been joined by Mr. John Kharshiing, Chairman of the Grand Council of Chiefs. Mr. Kharshiing, well, as we all are aware, there's a big political war of words underway in Meghalaya over the illegal coal mining issue. But things again, not much is being spoken about the practice, the illegal practice. Even the opposition, as we discussed earlier, is not coming up with any constructive suggestion. Can we expect anything? Can we expect things to turn for the better, or do you think this will also pass? There will be a few allegations and counter allegations, and we are back to what the new normal is, or what the normal has always been.
I can only say this, that, somehow there has not been effective synergy between the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders here? Primarily at the administration, it is the central government, the state government, which have, somehow there's been a serious I don't know, maybe, in times of politics, but if I may draw your attention, the former Chief Minister, Dr. Mukul Sangma, wrote to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi way back on 28 July 2014. 28 July 2014. And even prior to that, this matter, had been taken up with the then former Prime Minister, because, the transition was going on, with former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, who had constituted a cabinet committee comprising of the Cabinet Secretary of the Government of India and the Chief Secretary of Meghalaya. And they were supposed to iron out all this problem. Subsequently, a new Prime Minister came, and that's how the then Chief Minister wrote as far back as in July 2014. And we are today in February of 2021. And we're still, going around in circles. So I should say that the constitutional technicalities, this is the administration part, has to be resolved. Without which, all this other illegalities, other corruption, other alleged corruption, alleged illegalities, and all these problems are happening on the ground.
You have made a very valid point. Technicalities have to be resolved. Angela Rangad, well, we cannot deny that probably even now, probably in a way the entire economy, if we talk about East Jaintia Hills and to an extent West Jaintia Hills also, depends on coal somehow or the other. It's easier said than done to put a stop to what quote-unquote illegal activities. Again, do you think because the economy is directly or indirectly right now, as we are noticing, dependent on the coal, it has kind of become a no-access zone. A no-access zone because everybody wants it to continue maybe in a way, or that is the feeling that we are being given out, that we have been given.
It's not true, that the Jaintia Hills is so dependent on coal. Much before that, it was a very productive, agriculturally very productive place. But coal mining has destroyed the rivers, has destroyed the places where people cultivate. And the thing is, it's not just that they have tried to mislead people that coal is the only thing which will help them grow, because the only ones it is really helping are actually the coal mine owners, the truckers, the check gate mafia, the chalan mafia. Those are the people benefiting from coal. The majority, whether they are residents of Jaintia Hills or West Khasi Hills now, where rampant mining is happening, or Garo Hills, do not benefit from mining. And we have to call that bluff of the government, because if really we have to benefit collectively, then it should have meant that you put in place systems which will collect at least something, some revenue from this, which can then be used for the other citizens who don't happen to be the landowners or the mine owners or the truck owners or the check gate owners,
John Kharshiing wants to make a point here. Yes, Mr. Kharshiing, come in.
I want to mention this, Nabarun, that, although, it's very unfortunate, we have lost lives, right? Precious life has been lost in Garo Hills, then in Jaintia Hills now twice. And we also get reports that there are many who may have suffered the same fate, but whose fate is unknown. Be as it may, what I'm trying to say is that this is a national issue, by the way. And I fail to understand why the center is not coming aggressive on this matter to resolve it. And, I also want to highlight here, actually, I don't know if any panelists are there from Assam, but Assam is also part of the whole modus operandi. If you recall, I think a few months ago, the Assam police had arrested some truckers with coal. And, what's happened to that case? I also recall, I think there's an MLA from Assam by, one Mr. Gogoi, not Mr. Tarun Gogoi,
so are you saying,
another Mr. Gogoi.
So are you saying in a way...
This is a larger nexus that goes right up to,
Yes, larger nexus, understood. Are you saying in a way the center is being misled on the entire issue, probably by successive governments? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, well, I mean, the kind of wherewithal that the government of India has, right? I recall Justice Kakuti, the former Justice Kakuti, who was the chairman of the NGT committee. In my interactions with him, he had mentioned that, why isn't the government using the NESAC maps, Northeast Application Center maps? I recall our Honorable Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, I was told, had a meeting with the top brass of the NESAC here during his NEC meeting, right? Of course, this is not covered by any of the media. These are some inputs that we received, that there was some presentation and meeting. I don't know if the Honorable Home Minister took a review on this matter. But, I mean, I'm sure the center knows about it. I'm sure the Assam government knows it. So there's a nexus somewhere out here, and if the center wants to come clean, they should sort this matter out. It shouldn't be a problem. It is they who are causing all these problems, by dilly-dallying. The state governments have even passed a resolution way back in 2015. And in a federal structure, if a resolution is also not addressed, I don't know how this secular fabric of the country is being run. The center has to sort this out, because it is costing them precious revenue.
Angela Rangad, can we give a clean sheet to the state government, to successive state governments, saying it's also the center's duty to check, to tackle it? I mean, can we do that?
Let's not be fooled. Let us remember that it was the Conrad Sangma government that made it very difficult for Justice Katuki to continue in the NGT. They refused to cooperate Here was a man who was actually doing a good job of trying to ensure compliance of the previous recommendations, things of using NESAC data, ensuring geotagging of the trucks, all of those things, but they refused to cooperate and almost at that level forced him to resign, and now a new person has come into the NGT. And no, the center is not just a spectator. I think that the center is also quite a willing participant into the current, undertakings of this current dispensation. So we need to question that also, because it may be a NPP government, but many people see it as a BJP government, BJP-backed government.
The BJP itself is questioning the government. Mr. Salang Sangma, the Congress, Mukul Sangma to be precise, has threatened to take the issue to the PM, seek Prime Minister Narendra Modi's intervention, also threatened to expose the coalition, the ruling coalition before the polls. Your government seems unfazed. Is it something that we are used to now in the political circles? Because end of the day, we all know that, probably nothing's going to come up. And it's just who can take more mileage or who can politicize the issue more. I mean, we haven't seen a strong response. Not that you have to compulsorily, but we haven't seen any strong response from the government yet on the big allegations of the Congress.
You see, Congress has been there, and Mukul Sangma has already ruled the state for almost 8 years. I think more than 8 years. And then Congress has been there, continuously running the state. Now, when we look at the red hole mining, illegal mining and all, it has been there from before. Now, when he was a chief minister, why he didn't do so? Now, when he is out of the chair, it seems like he is seeing everything very clearly. Now, this is just a gimmick, actually. It's totally a gimmick, because he just wants to take the political mileage. When he was there, why he didn't do so? Why he had not bought scientific mining? Why he has not bought all those center leaders and then, strategize everything, change all the methods of digging the, red hole mining? You see, he was there in the chair. He said he should have, acknowledge everything, and then he should, he should change everything when he was there in the chair. And then now he doesn't know how to acknowledge once he is out of chair. That he was one of the, you see, now trying to contemplate what is happening right now, he will not give justification. Now the thing is that what we should do for the people of the state. Now, we should make a change, plan it nicely, and then strategize everything, instead of trying to point a finger at who is at the present, it will not give any kind of a justification unless and until we come up into some kind of a solutions, bring some kind of an idea, and then moreover, this government is definitely hearing actually, and then moreover, since I've told you already, Conrad himself is only in the chair for 3 years, and he's trying to check the balance, everything, or not only of the core, of the others also. So that way, some strategies is being taken. He has already invited the Coal India, Coal India to the state of Meghalaya. Now, planning is going in. You cannot do everything in 1 day or 2 days. So, those plans, everything has been going on right now. So that way, you cannot put whole blame to this present government.
Absolutely. I mean, that's
for Mukul himself, he was a chief minister. Yeah.
I mean, nobody is putting the whole blame on this government, but the question is, what is this government doing to ensure that things are different now? That is the question that people are asking. It is well known that attack on a social activist who was trying to expose the coal mafia took place under the rule of this government, something which we cannot deny. So, can we assure safety to watchdogs? who are on the job trying to expose the mafia, can you assure them safety? Can we assure safety to the media who would want to highlight the issues? Can that reassurance be given to the people of the state?
No, let me tell you, Goswami, right now, though I'm in the government, I'm just clinging to the government. I'm just supporting the government. I'm neither in the, cabinet, nor in the minister, not in any part. I'm just supporting the government. I'm just merely a chairman. So that way, I cannot give an assurance, that I will bring the mafia, all those kinds of things. It's the only government who can, speak on that behalf. Though I'm speaking on behalf of the government, I'm just part and parcel of it. So, but the thing is that, as far my party is concerned, we are definitely trying it. I tried before also, and I'm still trying to end up this coal mafia and all. Definitely, we are also trying to expose if there is any illegal activities is going on. And then this government has already, given a, what do you call this one? Reward. If anybody finds any illegal activities that is going on in the state, they will be given 5,000 of rupees. And if illegal truck is plying through our state or through the check gate, if that is filed an FIR or that is reported, they will be rewarded. So those kinds of rewards are already there. So why people are not coming, why the NGOs are not coming, people should also take part. Now, if the people are more concerned about the people of the state, they should not only point finger, they should also participate.
They should also participate. Angela Rangad, will people muster the courage to participate under the current circumstances? That is what probably many would be asking.
In fact, citizens are the only ones who have constantly, using the media, the local vernacular press, trying to expose illegal coal mining. But like I told you earlier, there have been several people who in Ribhoy, etc., who have tried to approach not the government, but the governmental infrastructure, the local police there, etc., with photographs, with evidence of illegal trucks plying through their villages. They have not been given an award. In fact, they have been threatened. And that is a fact. That 5,000 rupee award is an eyewash. It's just one of those cheap things which this government is trying to do to mislead people further. And it's sad to hear a legislator say that people should play a more active role when they are already given the threatening circumstances. And when you kept talking about the fact that successive governments have failed, we have to reiterate the fact that their interest in coal mining really cuts across the political spectrum. And so you cannot say that, Mukul Sangma was there for 8 years, so we couldn't do anything because we're in the opposition. It's sad to hear that, because actually legislators, no matter where you are, you ought to be actually speaking up and questioning. So this current dispensation, for instance, what were they doing as members of the opposition last time? And the sad thing is that coal mining, this illegality that has gone on and is continuing, has hollowed out our society, in terms of crime. Everyday intimidation in the name of coal has gone up. Like you said, even media sometimes are fearful of going to report from Jantia Hills.
Yes.
And it's even changed the entire nature of our electoral politics.
Please.
Yes, Salang Sangma wants to make a point here. Yeah, please come in.
Yes. Can I respond to that? You see, as a legislator, I have done so before also. And then, as an opposition, I was one of the, maybe the lone or maybe the second independent opposition at that time. I went to all the sites. I took the photograph, all the illegal activities, and even the truck, overloaded truck plying, illegal overloaded truck plying over across the state. At that time, I was so active. I actively participate not only in the session, assembly session. As a legislator, I have done my part. I have took part in everything. I talk about the education. I talk about unemployment. I talk about the illegal activities. I talk about the illegal transportations of coal. You see, I don't care about this coal thing and all. I don't give a damn about this coal, you know.
No,
if coal can be stopped, I love it. It's been troubling the whole. You see, I don't bother about the coal. Let me tell you, Goswami, please. I don't care about this coal. I'm not benefited. State is benefiting, no doubt about that. Maybe some,
no, but we have to
Tom,
care
Dick,
about
and
the
Harry
state.
is benefiting. I don't care about this coal.
We have
and then
to
every
care
now
about
and then
the
we are
state.
talking about the coal, and then we are not talking about the education system that is failing actually. This coal, definitely, what Rangad had said, she is definitely right. It's not the whole, citizens of Meghalaya who's benefiting. It's only the few vested interested is, vested interested people are benefiting, not even the public, not even the government of Meghalaya. Not even the government of Meghalaya. Why our, all the predecessors, all the ministers were after this coal only? Why not about education? Why not about the hospital? They never talk about the hospital. We have not, we have not politicized or we have not destabilized any of the situation or any ways rather than this coal. Coal.
Probably that's why.
If you can stop it, nothing like it.
Probably that's why.
Everything will be good.
Probably that's why, Mr. Sangma, everybody has been speaking about coal, because there's revenue drainage. If there's no revenue leakage, that revenue could have been used to construct more hospitals and schools, boost the education system. John Kharshiing, we are falling short of time. What do you think is the way out?
The way out is that that cabinet committee constituted by the Prime Minister should get up from his chair, come to Shillong, and sit here and thrash out the matter.
Maybe Goswami.
Instead of our, we've seen a lot of our government trying their best to
60% of the revenue doesn't come to the state of Meghalaya. From before
why can't the governance be bottoms up? Why can't the cabinet secretary or
the ministers from before?
So that is one.
Okay, we have Mr. Salang Sangma making a point here.
The government of Meghalaya and the government of Assam has to sit down, because
you see, now
where is the coal plying? It's all going from Shillong to from Meghalaya to Assam. Either from Ratchachera or from the south side.
It's not coming to the state also. It's not going to the public.
It's not that Assam is out of this. They are all part of the whole system. Number two,
it's not coming.
In the interim period, there are advanced softwares of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
I'm told by a lot of friends of mine.
Okay, we have had a quite an animated discussion here in the last 5 minutes or so. Clearly, Mr. Salang Sangma also making his points there. Angela Rangad, is there hope? Is there hope beyond the tunnel? Can we as a state fix things? Will that happen, or do you think it looks pretty difficult?
I think we have to continue to be vigilant. Those of us who call the government's bluff, the villagers who have to put up with dirty water because of coal mining, loss of their livelihoods in terms of agriculture, they are on the right side of history, for the state. And people will not forget who are the ones who were trying to bleed us. And there is hope in the sense that we have to continue to rally the citizens to understand what this issue is, and also to have that courage to speak up. And especially in the next 2 years, when we go to the polls, hopefully we will not again re-elect the coal mafia as our representatives. They want to be CEOs. They ought to have the guts to try and do business with big shots and leave our environment, our resources, our governance to people who can do a job well for the majority, for the most marginalized, and not be those people who are there to enrich themselves. as is with this current
It's a very strong words. Mr. Salang Sangma, parting remarks from you. Well, what do you think as a legislator is the way forward, sir?
Hello? Yeah, Wasbil, you're saying something?
Yeah. I said last remarks from you. What do you think is the way forward? Can we as a state ensure that no illegal activity is on? Can we ensure? Do you think that is possible? We do understand there are a lot of issues, lot of restrictions, lot of limitations. It's easier said than done. But do you think at least we are on track? We are on track to getting that done, to getting that fixed?
You see, everything can be done. It's only required the seriousness of who is running and who is on the field. It requires only the seriousness of anybody who is in charge. Now, as I've told you, now you just cannot put a blame on only one. You see, the authority and the empowerment has given one to another. So the bottom line is actually who is the culprit in that particular point of the order, the point of order. Now, the thing is that we have to systematically discipline even the system also, the delivery mechanism also. If we bring everything crystal clearly and do everything, as per the plan, I believe, if seriously taken and considered, then definitely we can change and everything can be changed.
Well, probably at the end of the day, it's the people's voice that should matter, and people should keep highlighting, focusing on these issues, which may in turn force the legislators, force the government of the day to take action. That's the only thing that we can hope for. Thank you so much, Mr. Salang Sangma, for joining us from Delhi. Thank you so much, Ms. Anjala Rangad. Thank you so very much, Mr. John Kharshiing, for sparing your time. That's a wrap of Bottom Line.